Cafe Coffee Day is shown. Chinnappa, hearing impaired manager, enters the cafe. Hearing impaired.
Okay. You also were a goldsmith. Your education.
President HR, Cafe Coffee Day.
Just asked him, generally asked him. Otherwise, we also have our own ways of giving jobs. So where he only stays in the counter and he don't interact much with the people. So in these cases, this was one thing which I saw we couldn't call him back, because unless you touch them, you cannot call. We clapped or we do many things we couldn't. So it went to some other table where actually they said thank you for giving cookies for their kids, and we also said thank you.
I said I wouldn't like to hire someone in our offices and make a token representation and say, hey, you know what, we have two computer operators who are differently challenged. I want to do something which will make a difference to a larger number of people, and it should be in the customer facing area. So why don't we look at this initiative at the cafe level? That got Shanti and me thinking further, and then we said, okay, what are the roles for which we would, or what are the disabilities impaired? Then a lot of work in the
Head Marketing.
You call a silent brewmasters as part of the team. Honestly, to me, it makes no difference at all, because they are like anyone else. So I've never really felt that there are different people.
President HR. PR.
I think since you mentioned challenges, it's good that I would talk about a few of them, especially initially. One of the challenges was to, in our kind of an operation, how to integrate. Because the
employees, and that's it.
couple of other partners is when we said that we will look at diversity, and first was a pilot of about 10 people we hired in Bangalore, and then we repeated, or we copied that in various
To kind of deal with it took us about 2 to 3 months to stabilize the initiative in Bangalore, gain acceptance and show a degree of success, because we also wanted buy-in cafe managers, and we wanted them to feel good about this initiative. We wanted the hearing impaired employees to settle down and look at any last mile issues that we as an organization would need to address. Once that was done, I think we very quickly spoke to our teams in the larger cities, which is Delhi, Bombay and Calcutta, and said that, hey, this is something which has worked. Is this something that would they be as sensitive as we are? So we spoke to Enable India, and we flew down to Delhi, and we did a half-a-day sensitization workshop for the cafe managers, because this was only one region in Delhi.
People in Process. Cafe Coffee Day. Meghna Mathur Jad.
Cafe Coffee Day, we have a 7-day induction program for a new team member who joins us, and as he grows into the organization, there is 5 skill levels that we train him on. The first being product knowledge, where he learns about merchandise and coffee. Then we move on to talking about customer service. He learns to become a brewmaster, which is a specialist in coffee, and then handling his cafe in terms of the standard operating procedures and food training. How we've done it differently for the team of people that work with us is we realize that the only challenge they face is they
keep them challenged and coach them and mentor them in their cafes. So it doesn't require any HO intervention at this point of time. If there was one challenge I silently thought of when we started this initiative, good time comes, We actually have the same processes for performance management for hearing impaired as others. Like I said, we didn't want them to be treated very separately. We wanted them to be just as other employees. So instead of doing a appraisal, by talking, we designed written tests for them. We actually gave them feedback in writing, and they responded in writing. So it worked pretty well. After a year and a half.
No rest, must work hard and give, do the work with a smile.
Manager, people and process. Vinay,
and they actually understand. They all, when you see them nodding, then you actually feel, yes, he is a manager. He has got that power of, convincing or explaining or teaching them. And other observations, what I have seen, his punctuality. You can expect anybody.
Worked, I finished. I thought, okay, everything is over. But after that, the judges were noting down the points, and then they were asking the name, they gave the prize, best enthusiastic, who is that name? And then they said Chinnappa. I was surprised. I was so happy. And then they gave me the prize, best enthusiastic. Very, very same. Please. I was very happy. You said thank you. Can you explain what happened on Bharat Bandh? There was a Bharat Bandh recently. It was closed. You must go there. That's what I wanted to work. So I reached. There was no bus. Oh, you took a private van. I came, and then you came to the coffee day. Little bit late. Okay. You came in the evening? Afternoon. Okay, yeah.
Pujari, assistant store manager.
Which has happened. So that's one good thing about Chinnappa, and it's very easy for us to train them. We show them videos and we show them a lot of practical things which will happen. It's very easy for us to train them, and they do whatever we say. I mean, they don't do much.
If it is different, you will check that, you will write that, print it, and then give it. Okay. And what does the report, what do you mean by report? If you open, you will check, okay, is the same stock there? 7, where is it? Okay. Kapi Nirvana. I show them the other small signs. Okay, these are signs for coffee, like cappuccino. Okay, cafe latte. How does the sign for cafe latte? Okay, cappuccino, slow. They understand that.
Certificates in between. I think he has come to this level by his sincerity in the work and his keenness in learning things. Because without knowledge, it's not so easy to come to this position, because you will have to
become a manager. So if I were to compare it as a ratio, I would say that there would be similar percentage of we realize that parents are important stakeholders in the careers of these employees, because there's a great deal of anxiety with them, with the parents, as to how their children are doing and what.
Food and beverage, cafe coffee day. Ramachandar Raman,
Probably come from, let's say, a difficult background or probably a smaller town, etc. To say, if he can make it, if he has made it, then it's definitely an opportunity for doing it.
Okay. We'll take. So some of these signs have been made only for coffee day. Okay. I did not get any prize, but after that, the judges, they looked at how he behaved. okay, I'm not getting a prize. The judges see.
Difference in the way we assess their promotions or their, let's say how.
I would say that actually there's nothing too much to worry about or mull about in this, because the abilities exist, and if you're able to match what they need to do to the abilities that they have, then I think you have a winning proposition on hand. So as a people that we have done this fundamentally because it's some, we don't do it as a part of as a CSR or any social service or anything else. It is just that we need people and there are people, and both their strengths seem to match, and we are absolutely happy about it. Thank you. Is that okay? From a perspective of how other employees, some of my colleagues, how they look at this, I think all of them enjoy a sense of pride in saying that.
So one of the initial challenges was how to integrate. So we did the cafes where we have employed the hearing impaired staff.
Machine repair roles, in machine installation roles for our vending division. So we currently are, doing a job analysis to look at what are the disabilities that we can work with for the vending technical role. So these are some initiatives, but I think our experience over the last 7 years has shown us that if we put our mind to it, nothing is impossible.
Different things. Okay, you should not miss anything. Every day, daily stock. Okay, yeah, okay. Okay, the responsibility.